But here's the point I want to note. What's missing there? No parking. There's no parking underground. There's a little bit of street parking. Why does it work? Because of what's behind it. And as you can see, there are a lot of big high-rise towers there. Now this is the point where we're going to depart a little from, of course, the Los Angeles model. But I do want to make something essential here. If these neighborhoods are going to work and not be car dominant, there must be enough people within walking distance. This is what's going to give character to community, so that the car will begin to drop out as the dominant form of transportation. And in this case, all of that retail, as low-rise and as intense as it is, will be supportable without parking because people can walk. Enough of them can walk. The 4,000 to 5,000 people that you need within walking distance, for instance, just a lot, to maintain that full-service, medium-sized supermarket so it can be fitted into the fabric, again, without a large surface parking lot. When all of this comes together, and I think you can see here how this works, people can walk down to here to grab transit and get their services, a little bit of housing along the arterial, but you'll see not a lot, and then the bulk of the population is living where people actually want to live. I'm going to be real blunt at this point. I understand the political comfort zone of absorbing density without having to impact the neighborhood behind, particularly when it's single family. That's just not a fight any one of us wants to take on. So you can say to a community, you can absorb the density by intensifying along the arterial. And I voted for that, and still would. It's an important choice. It is not where most people want to live. I live in this neighborhood. I want the quiet, green, residential street. I want the identity of a residential neighborhood. Density is not my issue. I like living in high density, but my first choice would not be along the arterial. I do understand, though, that when you are going through a change, you vote for what you can achieve. And so it's perfectly appropriate to think about the densification and adding residential to an arterial boulevard. You aren't going to get that much additional housing. It certainly won't be enough to support, by and large, I don't want to generalize too much here, the residential, the commercial if it's going to be intense. But it can certainly be part of the mix.